and I looked up. Tall and fit, even I could admit my uncle was good-looking. His brown eyes had always been filled with mischief whenever he was around. Even though he was a police officer for the Spring Mountain Police Department, he never lost his childish streak when it came to practical jokes. Rory ran a hand over his short copper hair. He was blinking against the daylight. His blue jeans were rumpled, as was his white t-shirt.
"Lexi?"
Rory seemed to be waking up.
"Sorry, I must have passed out."
He reached out and took the box from my hands. He gave me a small smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. These weren't the best circumstances for a reunion. But it is what it is. I gave him a small smile back as I stepped into the house. The house looked like one big room. The family room area was to my right, with a blue couch and matching armchairs. A big entertainment center filled the wall a few feet from the door. The kitchen was further to the right inside in its own alcove. It was clean and full of stainless steel. There was a big window above the sink. The dining area was left across the room from the back of the couch. The big, dark wood dinner table had seating for 8. It looked homey. I liked it.
"Come on in, honey. We'll go get your things from the car."
"This is everything," I mumbled as I was checking out the photos on the wall to my left. They continued on up the stairs to the second floor. I could see Tara in most of them. It took a minute before I realized that Rory wasn't moving. I looked back to him. He was frowning.
"This is everything?"
he asked. His voice had an edge of disbelief.
"A duffel bag of clothes and a box of stuff. That's everything you own?"
I took a deep breath, refusing to be embarrassed. I had busted my ass for that box of stuff, not to mention my clothes. I didn't have much, but I'd earned everything I had. "Yeah, Rory, that's everything," I said honestly, trying to keep the challenge from my voice. I don't think I managed it. Rory gave me a small grin.
"Well, we'll have to fix that,"
he announced, before turning and heading up the stairs before I could ask him what he meant.
"Come on, I'll show you your room, then we can figure out what you need."
I followed him up the light pine staircase to the above hallway. A railing made it so you could look down into the living room and at the front door. There were 3 doors in the hallway, one on the left, one directly ahead, and an open door that looked like the bathroom. Without turning around, he pointed out the left door with his thumb.
"That's Tara's room."
He then pointed at the door at the other end of the hall.
"That's the bathroom for you and Tara."
He turned to me, his face serious.
"That bathroom is for both of you. She'll probably give you a hard time in the morning. Don't let her."
He reached the door straight across from the stairs and opened it.
"And here is your room. Sorry it's so small."
I stepped into the bedroom and smiled. The room looked huge to me. The white walls were plain but bright. The dark wood floor was clean. Across the room, against the wall, a bed. A twin-sized mattress sat on a wooden platform frame with 3 drawers underneath. To the left of that was a metal and wooden desk. The 3 drawers on the left side had metal faces, each drawer in a different color. I stepped further into the room and looked at the light wooden shelves on the left wall. "It's the biggest room I've had in a long time," I told him, not bothering to keep my surprise from my voice as I went to examine the closet. There was an actual closet, not a cabinet. I opened the door and was amazed by the room I was getting. "I was sleeping on that pull-out bed from the dinette set," I told him absently as I left the closet and put my bag on the bed. When I turned around, Rory's face was frowning again, his lips a tight line.
"Damn it, Alexis,"
he cursed, running his hand over his face before catching my eyes with his.
"What your mother kept putting you through."
I swallowed hard as I looked around, trying to find any way to avoid this conversation. He stepped into the room and dropped the box onto the desk, then pulled out the chair and sat down.
"Sit down, kid."
I sighed deeply. I didn't want this conversation. I sat on the twin bed, absently noticing how soft it was.
"How are the bruises?"
My head jerked up.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.